Sup everyone, welcome to another video, and today I want to talk about characters, my characters, and how I plan to play them going forward, as well as over them. After testing out Cyano, I don't want to say I'm disappointed, but he definitely comes across as somebody who HoYoVerse was a little too cautious about, and I think we've seen this happen multiple times in the past. Right now he's okay, and I don't think I'm okay with receiving okay characters back to back or all the time. It's something that I think once in a while can happen, and that should be because they're extremely niche or they are supposed to serve another purpose down the line. And with how Cyano's release just feels like HoYoVerse once again is capitalizing on his immense popularity and just feel like it's okay to make him not as strong and they'll still get sales regardless. I know there's a lot of people who right now defends the hell out of Cyano, be like, oh, relax, stop complaining, he's fine. But this is not how I want to be enjoying the game, and this is not how a lot of people want to enjoy the game. And I really started asking myself the question, right, like, why am I polling for all the characters? What is the purpose? And at first I was telling myself, well, you know, it's for the versatility, of course. It's for the fact that if I ever do need a specific team comp, I have all the characters to fulfill that team comp. But at the very moment, I've played probably about like 15 different team comps. That's more than what most people will ever likely invest into for Genshin Impact. And for me, I don't even invest all my team comps to like level 90, talent level like 888. For the most part, 5 stars at level 80, talent level like 588, because there's always one talent that just feels not worth leveling up. So I'm pretty min-maxy in that regards. And what I've come to realize is that some team comps require as much investment as you can throw at it. Other team comps can work with like minimum investments. But I think even for that, I don't want to continue playing this game with this copium mindset where like I can make anybody work. I just need to put in resources and really start valuing what I actually do with the game. And I'll still be able to cover reviews for characters because lucky for me, I have a very supportive viewer base that is willing to share accounts with me like they have done with Shouldnt, because at this point, even getting the Ascension materials is just such a pain sometimes, especially for me who don't look at like guides for all this stuff. It's just not as intuitive. I'm telling you guys, try playing this game without guides for one patch. You'll start realizing like how much content you actually have, but at this point it's just so mind-numbingly repetitive that most people will not be willing to go through that. So now I want to talk about Nilou, because Nilou I was excited about until in the live stream they mentioned that she's going to be like this androcentric character with the ability to still proc older reactions. And I understand, I fully understand. HoYoVerse needs to move forward with new ways to play the game. They always need to continuously innovate. If they don't innovate, then they're just repeating the old thing over and over again, and that one day will get so damn boring for everybody that they'll eventually quit. I think they're very aware of this situation, and they're now combating that before the problem even arises. Because for you guys who are still playing the national team and all this other traditional teams, like sure, they're still fun now, but one day you'll stop playing the game and you won't even know why. And I think HoYoVerse has figured it out. HoYoVerse is telling us, well, you're gonna quit the game because you're just gonna get too comfortable. Everything just becomes a chore because you can do it with your eyes closed and things don't feel new anymore, things don't feel refreshing, and it doesn't challenge you in ways that a video game actually in most ways should. Now that's the thing, right? Challenging you. I'm all for like a good challenge, but also with the recent statement, if you haven't watched my previous video, HoYoVerse has come out saying that they don't want to release future Spyrobiz-esque content because they deem it to cause the majority of their player base anxiety, which they can say whatever they want. Personally, what I think it is just that it's not gonna make them money. Like they basically came out and said the majority of the player base actually don't even play the Spyrobiz, so why should we invest resources to make a new game mode for the minority of players who do enjoy this type of content? And that kind of hurt, right? Because as much as you guys would consider me more of a casual player, I do really enjoy combat based events, and to hear from HoYoVerse themselves that they don't have any plans in the near future at least to create content for us, the people who do enjoy combat content. Feels like kind of a small tap in the face, you know, like in those movies where you're like already down, they beat you up, and then the big bad boss comes up to you, and then you're like half passing out, and he just slaps you on the face to really hammer it home, like get it through your thick skull, like this ain't happening, right? It kind of felt like that. I was already pretty down because I've been making videos saying, well, this is never coming. It's never going to happen, because look at what they did. Like once they release a TCGs, like I told you guys like 4 months ago that in Sumeru there's likely going to be another permanent content release, and if that permanent content isn't combat based, then we should just give up, because they released a teapot, they released fishing, and then now they're releasing TCG. Like what makes you think that the 4th one is gonna be it, right? Like if the 3rd one isn't it, I don't think the 4th one is gonna be it either. Neither is the 5th or the 6th. Some people are still holding on to copium, but I'm seeing these copiums dwindle away bit by bit, just like fairy dust in the air, just kind of poof. Just say like, oh, once they finish the game, once all the regions are released and you get to the end of the game, they're gonna release permanent content in the form of combat, because then everything's all fleshed out. Hey, all right, I mean, if we're really gonna have to live that far in the future just to sustain what we're doing currently, I don't think even I can make it that far. All right, so I think I've made the decision to skip Nilou. I'm not gonna be pulling Nilou, and I want to start investing into my account vertically. I want to start saving up primo gems and pulling for the characters and multiple constellations of the characters that I think is going to benefit my account or help me enjoy the game more. So far, Cyano has actually served that purpose, although it feels kind of sucky trying to get his ascension materials. Just because I like the characters doesn't mean I have to like how Hoyoverse gates a lot of his power behind ascensions, which means I have to now go into the desert, force interact with the overworld in ways that I've never intended for myself. Essentially, I'm being told how to play the game. Well, not told, I'm being forced to play the game in this regard, and that goes the same with characters. I don't like it when I'm forced to play the game in a certain way. Now people will immediately start saying like, well, nobody told you to play Cyano with Dendro reactions. Actually, my Electro charge Cyano feels great. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying these characters are leaning so heavily into one thing that they do that basically they're saying this is what this character was designed for. It's like if you want to play Xingqiu as a healer, you can build maiden set on him, or you can build a new healer set on him, or you can run the 2 maidens of the clam set. You can run him as a healer, right? It's like the option is there, but if you really wholeheartedly believe that he should be a healer, you're gonna have problems with his kit. You're like, damn it, why isn't he a healer? It's not like I want to go that. It's not like I want Cyano to be this god tier character that can deal massive damage in the form of like a vape load team. It's not that. It's just that if I want to do that, that shouldn't be such a difficult task to complete for a character. It's just that if that was the thing I wanted to do, the character shouldn't resist that so damn hard. And I understand game balance. They can't just let you have everything all in one character, because at some point something's gonna get broken. Right now, like, we're in the complete opposite spectrum. Like, if this side of the spectrum shouldn't exist, then why should the other side exist? It should be somewhere in the middle. Characters should be more flexible and available in more team comps. And now I also understand why Hoyoverse doesn't do that, and this actually feeds a lot into my reasoning as to why going forward I don't want to be pulling for these characters, because Hoyoverse is going to design other characters. For example, there is going to be likely a future Electro character that's going to focus around maybe vape load or traditional Electro reactions, just like older Electro characters have. And the Hoyoverse find it difficult to release characters right now, at least, that already have older characters doing similar things, right? Hu Tao and Yoimiya actually are very, very, very similar to each other. Both have power infusions, both have essentially single target damage. So their differences are actually quite minute if we really look at it closely. At the end of the day, Hoyoverse does not like doing that. And when they did that to Yoimiya, like, look how people reacted to saying she's bad, because there's going to be direct comparison with the old character. I get all of that, okay? This is not a hit on Hoyoverse. This is me telling you guys that I cannot continue to live in this fantasy world being like, I'm going to build every single character and have them on standby, because some of these characters I don't use. I really don't, because it's hard to cycle through every single character equally. Like, there's going to be imbalances. I'm going to have preferences. I'm only human. So why am I spending all this resources? It's hard to justify it, right? Same for you guys. It's like you guys are skipping a ton of banners just to go for the characters that you really want, and in doing so, the difficulties in getting their ascension materials and all this other stuff start feel like less of a chore. Like, trust me, if I had to do what I just did for Cyano for Nilou, I'm gonna lose it, because honestly I don't find the process enjoyable. It's literally jumping through hoops just to get to the thing that you want, with a carrot dangling in front of you the whole time. I don't enjoy that, and just like I don't play events that I don't enjoy, and I urge everybody else to do the same. If you can afford to lose out on the Primogem rewards, it's the thing that's kept me in this game and also making content for this game every single day. And going forward, I cannot continue to chip away at myself in the form of just forcing myself to get all these characters just to fulfill some sort of satisfaction in having them all. I don't think that serves a real purpose anymore, and going forward, there's concrete evidence even by Hoyoverse to back up the fact that we're not going to make content any harder than they currently is. So with my level 40 Cyano that I pulled on September 28th, which cleared the Spiral Abyss, what more is there? Like, why even bother leveling characters? No, I'm honestly asking this question, like, why even bother leveling them up? I can already beat the Spiral Abyss. I can 36 start the Spiral Abyss every single rotation. Nothing harder is ever gonna come, so I might as well just enjoy what the game has to offer now. And I'm not trying to start anything. I'm not saying you should do this. If you want to keep pulling every single character, you want to see 6R5, do it, right? Because that's how you enjoy the game. If you don't feel like that's a problem, then that's not a problem. But for people who are on the fence like myself, I think you guys should just take it easy now. Really, it actually does more than just one thing. It sends a message to Hoyoverse first and foremost, but that's not our primary objective. It's just to kind of get back some of the control we have over our accounts and over the characters that we pull for. And I think in time, hopefully enough people realize this, and Hoyoverse also realizes that, wow, you know, our tactics to make niche characters, also making bank off them due to their popularity, isn't really working anymore. And hopefully they'll release characters that doesn't have to be stronger, like not having to do more damage, but maybe a little more versatile. Maybe you can get more for less. Maybe that's the end goal here. All right, so with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. I know there's nothing too crazy in this video. I'm just sharing you guys my thoughts, and for people who are looking forward to my Nilou review, I'm definitely still doing one. Actually, I already have somebody who said they want to pull for Nilou, and I'm going to be pulling on their account and then testing it on the same day. Okay, so I hope to see you guys stick around, and until next time, I urge you all to stay safe. Peace, peace. Bye.